Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at this PlayStation 5 which has been sent in, and this has actually been sent back. This is a warranty job, and what I did to this a couple of weeks ago was I performed a trace repair on it. There were 15 traces damaged and it came back, I think it was the same day. This was a business to business customer, so I didn't deal with the customer directly, but it came back I think either the same day or the next day saying that it had broke pretty much immediately as soon as the customer got it back home. Some of you may recall a couple of weeks ago I posted a video, and it's actually quite a popular video, where I had a warranty job in and it was actually the customer's fault, so I couldn't do it under warranty. Now, any technician who is in this industry and who is respected in this industry, I'm not saying I'm respected, it's up to you to make your own decisions, but basically I am kind of in the public eye whether I like it or not, and I am respected by people for the work that I do and the work that I show. For integrity's sake, I believe this could be my fault, and that is the reason why I'm posting this video. So apparently the port snapped as soon as the customer got it back, basically. Is it my fault? I don't know. Is it the customer being too rough on it? Maybe. But we're going to find out, and either way, like I said, I want to post this video and I want to try and get it from both ends of the spectrum, if that's applicable. So if I'm to blame, I am the first to always admit when I've made a mistake. I did re-watch the video back and I did do my absolute best to my ability to secure that port in, but I might not have done enough. So yeah, hopefully we can get this fixed, but I'm certainly not looking forward to having to do this repair again. I'm hoping that it hasn't actually taken the port clean off, because that would mean having to run the traces again. Whereas if it's just kind of lifted upwards, then I can just drop it back down and possibly not have to run those traces again. So with that being said, we're going to get into this video, but if you are new to the channel and you do like this type of content, then number one, get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications, and that way you don't miss any future videos. And number two, let me know down in the comments down below what you think, because I do enjoy reading people's comments and it does help out the channel. It helps the algorithm to realise that people are taking the time out of their day to comment, and that pushes videos to more people, so it helps the channel to grow. If you do enjoy the content and you get some use out of it, if you learn anything from it, then you're more than welcome to support me in some way. There's some Patreon links in the video description. There's a channel membership join button down below the video, or there's a direct donation link in the video description as well, so if you want to support me that way, then you can. But absolutely, just watching the video and watching it to the end absolutely supports me. So with that being said, let's see what we can do with this one. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I haven't actually looked at it yet. I did want to do a video on it, so yeah, I'm not sure. That doesn't look loose to me. It doesn't look loose to me. So let's see what's going on. Let's plug it in. So I've got a HDMI cable in. Let's just see what goes on. So we've got the blue light. It's detecting it on the screen. Let's have a look at the input PS5 on HDMI 1. It's detecting the input. So what's going on with this system? Plug that cable back in. Yeah, I don't think this is a port issue. Oh, it could be loose. So if I wiggle this cable here, just trying to get it so as you guys can see it. It might be a bit loose. It is detecting as PlayStation 5 on the TV though. Let's just try cleaning it. So what can happen sometimes is I can end up leaving a little bit of flux inside the port, and what that can do is it can cause the console to not display, because flux is non-conductive. So basically, if there's too much flux in the port, it'll cause the pins to not make a full contact. So we'll just spray some isopropyl alcohol in there. That's why I've got this spray bottle. And I'm also going to spray my cable. It does make a bit of a mess, but never mind. Okay, and it doesn't appear to be picking up still. So I don't know the actual circumstances of this, because like I said, I don't actually deal with the customer direct most of the time. Most of my work comes from other businesses, which means that I don't actually get to talk to the customer. So it's going to be interesting now to see, you know, what's actually going on. We do have the white light, but I don't know whether this displayed when he got it home, whether it just stopped displaying or what. It does feel a little bit loose. Okay, let's get it apart. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to fast forward through this and I'll pick it up when the disassembly process is pretty much complete. Right, okay, so here we go. I am just about ready. Don't worry about that switch activating because I've just unplugged my mic and they're on the same power brick. Let's not do that again. I've done that before. Let's not make that mistake again. Let's try and figure out what's going on. So I'm going to move this to one side. Ah, damn it. I would knock all the screws out. Let's go under the microscope. Alright, so let's take a look at this then. So let's just see the port. It seems a little bit loose, but it's not broken. So if anyone remembers what I actually had to do to this just to secure it in fully, you'll see here that basically I had to expose some of the ground pad and then just put a big blob on it. And that blob is still there and intact on both sides. And the port itself hasn't broken. That's really weird that it's not displaying. Really, really weird that it's not displaying anything. Alright, let's just get some tweezers and I'll start doing a few probes. Ah, it has come off. Check that out. The wires have snapped. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do this again. Or some of them at least. So I'm going to have to... Oh, I can see what's gone wrong here. And is it my fault? Yes. Could it have been avoided? Yes. So what's happened here? Let me just try and explain this. The conformal coating that I put down in order to protect the area hasn't fully cured. I thought it was fully cured and it's not. So what seems to have happened here is the customer has pushed a little bit too hard on it, pushed the port backwards, and some of those jumper wires have broken away. So had I secured it enough, would it have happened? I don't know. That's hard to say. I'm not saying it's the customer's fault. I am taking responsibility on this one. All I'm saying is that the customer does need to be warned and they do need to be careful because you're never going to get this 100%. Ever. You're never going to get this 100%. I'm going to get rid of these ground wires here, these 3 common ground wires, so as I can just clean up the port. And I'm also going to get rid of this half of the jumper wires. I might not need to do a full trace repair here. So if I can get away with just doing a half trace repair, if the other half is okay, then that is obviously ultimately the best outcome. I can get rid of the conformal coating and then just put some fresh coating down. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit here. So I think this is what's happened. Okay, that one's damaged as well. They've all come off, look. It's all going to be done again. Yep, it's all going to be done again. Okay, well that's annoying. I'm going to break away the conformal coating here. Just scrape it back. It looks like the coating hasn't cured, so this is my fault. Yeah, that coating's not cured at all. It shouldn't come off that easily. That is my fault. I have to take responsibility here. Okay, let's just dry that off. Okay, so that's pretty much clean now. But I just need to know whether I need to change the port again or not, because it's going to be very awkward to actually get the port to change because of how much solder I put on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flux, and then basically I'll re-tin all of those joints, all of the pads, and I'll see how it looks on there. Okay, yeah, I need to change the port. That sucks. Alright, so I'm just going to heat the area up and I'm just going to let it drop, basically. Okay, that dropped. Let's keep the heat on. Alright, solder sucker sorted that. And then I'm going to need to wick away the rest, I think. Just clean this up. Then add fresh flux. And now I'll just need to tin the very few pads that are actually there. Alright, that's complete. So now I can get a new port, drop that on there, and then, well, pretty much just begin to run jumper wires then. I think I'm ready now to run the jumper wires. So what I need to do is exactly what I did last time, except this time I need to actually do a good job of it, because last time it looks like I kind of screwed up. So I'm going to start from the right hand side again. And hopefully this time I don't mess it up. Right, there is number one. So what I'm going to be doing here is basically just fast forwarding through this, because I mean I've done this before on the last video, and on top of that it's tedious. It's very, very tedious. Okay, so all of the traces and they run. And I'm going to do something else now. I'm going to use the micro pencil. I'm just going to come in with a little blob of solder on the tip of the iron, and I'm going to try and hold them with a brand new pair of tweezers, the jumper wires I mean, and I'm going to try and just strengthen them as best as I possibly can on the actual wires themselves. I don't want this happening again. Alright, so I've got the micro pencil and a little bit of solder on the iron. Okay, so I've done those 4. I'll get some more solder on here now. That's caused a blob. Ah, rats. Don't know if I can clean that up. Right, I think that got it, but I'll have to check. Alright, those pins look solid. Keyword there is look. I'm going to test in continuity mode on the multimeter. Just make sure we've got no shorts to ground on the data lines. Okay, they're good. So all of those are connected. They are probably as solid as I'm going to get them. But only time will tell, I suppose. Alright, so what I'm going to do now then is just add some fresh conformal coating, and this time I want to make sure it's absolutely solid. Alright, that should be, the keyword here is should, that should be enough. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to basically cure this solder mask for probably going to be about 5 minutes, to be honest with you. Hopefully that gets the job done. Okay, let's check this out. Yeah, that's solid now. Yeah, that is literally the best I can get that. So next up I need to do exactly what I did before, and that's going to be secure the ground legs from both sides. So we're going to start with this side. And let's do the right hand side. Okay, so that's that side done. Let's move on to the back of the port, and I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to add solder onto the ground legs. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to anchor this port down as much as I possibly can. It's got nowhere near the amount of structural support that it's going to need if we don't, because it doesn't just use the anchor points for structure, it uses the pads themselves as well, which is why you'll find some connectors without anchors on, because usually it's enough. Unfortunately in this case, even the extra anchor points wasn't enough to cause any damage, or to prevent causing damage. Okay, I'm going to use hot air, just trying to allow that solder to flow a little bit easier, and that should be good. Should. And there we go, that should be done. As you can see, we've got a nice amount of conformal coating on there now. And the conformal coating is solid all the way across. A little bit of off cut there, but yeah, it's solid. Those jumper wires technically shouldn't go anywhere. We're done. And if you watched the last video, you'll remember I talked about how someone took the foam off this. Yeah. It's caused the liquid metal to spread. Not good. Okay. Let's put some fresh liquid metal down. Okay, that should be more than enough. Hate this stuff, I do. That's evenly spread. Time to put it back together and test. Before I do anything though, I do want to just clean out this port. So I'm going to spray IPA inside there. And then just clean it with a toothbrush. There we go, beautiful. I'm going to get everything connected up then now. Let's get the heatsink screwed in as well. Just secure that antenna in, stop it from flying all over the place. So I'm just going to put this together loosely, just for now, just to see what goes on when I power it on. So it's just going to go together loosely. I'm not going to worry about screws for now. For the sake of the video, they're not really needed. I am going to worry though about trapping the Wi-Fi antenna and not actually connecting it in. That's one thing we are going to worry about. Talking of antennas, make sure you get subscribed because I do have a prior repair attempt on a PS5 where the antenna has been ripped off. Should be an interesting one. We'll see when we're getting into it, when I actually get a video out for it. There we go. So that's back together enough just to give it a test. So let's see what happens now, shall we? Alright, we're going to power it on. There we go. That disk drive's still rather loud, to be honest. Let's see if we get a display. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, let's just check and make sure that it loads in 4K. Make sure that 4K is working on it. And then I think I can call it good. Thank goodness for that. Let's get a brand new USB-C cable, courtesy of CG. That's what he's known as on YouTube. He gifted me a load of stuff and this was in there as well, so big thank you. Massive thank you, I really do appreciate it. This is a super speed USB-C cable. And there we go, okay. We are logged in. Screen and video output information, and yes indeed, 3840 by 2160. And there we go, 3840 by 2160, absolutely perfect. Beautiful, that is fantastic. Right. That just about sums it up for this video, I guess, and it also answers the question I've been asking myself for the past few days: who was to blame? It turns out I was, and I'm the first one to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm the first one to admit when I've made a mistake. The mistake I've made here is I didn't put enough conformal coating on, and I didn't solder those joints 100% on the pin side. The board side looked absolutely perfect, none of those come loose, but some of the, not all of them, but some of the pins couldn't have had enough solder on them because obviously here we are. So yeah, by obviously rerunning them jumper wires, which yes, it's tedious, but it's just one of them things we've got to do. You know, we've got to do right by our customers, and like I said, I'm the first one to admit when I'm wrong, and this was my fault. So this will be fixed under warranty, and unfortunately, I've lost, you know, an hour and a half of time because of it. But it is what it is. That is just the way this business goes. So let me know what you think down in the comments down below. I'll always do my best to read and reply to them. I do enjoy reading what you guys have to say. You know, I'm sure we've all been there. We've all made mistakes. We've all had off days where we haven't quite done 100% to the best of our ability, and this for me I think is one of them. So I think one thing that I'm going to learn from this is that, you know, I need to make sure 100% that I go over the jumper wires with the micro pencil. It's the FM 2032. It's a really good piece of kit for the Hakko soldering iron station. It's the FM 2032. It's really expensive for these little tips, but these are 0.6mm, and it allows me to get really close. The reason I don't use this for the entire job is because it's difficult to tin the jumper wires, and I'm not sure if this will come across on camera. Kind of. I'm starting to bend the tip because I was trying to tin jumper wires with the micro pencil. These tips are expensive, cost like £35–40 each, or around about $50. So for one tip, it's expensive, and you can't get the third party ones like you can with the normal Hakko iron. So yeah, it is what it is. I've learned a valuable lesson. Next time I'll definitely check over my work a bit more thoroughly. But that's going to be for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. I will always do my best to answer. If you want to organise a repair, then you can do so by using the website address in the video description. You can book in the repair, or you can use the contact page if you need to get in touch about repair prices and things like that. So if you want to quote first, use the contact page, or if you've got any question to ask about your repair, then obviously use the contact page, get in touch, and I'll get back to you. I will say, please, if you're looking for help to do it yourself, then head over to Discord. There'll be a link in the video description. I won't reply to self-help emails on my business email, and the reason is because it's a business email and I need to keep that free. So please just don't, because the place to do that is either in the comment section or Discord. I have got a designated place for it where I can keep everything organised and things like that. And it's not just me that can help, it's other people, really good technicians in the community. So yeah, head over to Discord if you want some help to try and fix your own device, if you want to try and fix it yourself. If you want me to fix it, then head over to my website. If you need somewhere outside the UK, get in touch and I'll forward you to someone who can help. I do have trusted technicians in different countries who I can put you through to. So hopefully I'll know someone who can possibly help you if you're not from the UK. Import and export fees are really expensive, and it's just not viable for international repairs, unfortunately. That's just the way the government make it. If you like what you see, then don't forget to get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications, and that way you don't miss any future videos. And if you learn anything from this video, then be sure to look in the description where there'll be some support links, so you can support me through Patreon. You can send me a direct PayPal donation. You can send me a donation through Square Checkout, which is my card processing service, or you can become a channel member by using the join button below the video. You can also head over to Twitch. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can link an Amazon Prime account to Twitch and become a Twitch Prime subscriber. That all massively helps out the channel, and it helps me to continue to do what I do. I'm also doing a little bit of a fundraiser at the minute. There's a link in the video description to a tips page where I'm trying to get a little bit of help to try and buy a new camera, because one of mine has failed and they are really expensive. I can buy it, but if I can get a little bit of help, it would be a little bit of a bonus. But that's going to be for this video. Thank you very much for watching. It's nice to do one from the other side of the fence and, you know, show people that it's not a bad thing to admit when you're wrong and to actually rectify it and do right by your customers. But that's going to be for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.